food confusion in the world. When industries spread industrial foods into advertisements, when dietists don't know the real truth about food and spread misleading information about high protein diets, then people don't see the trees through the forest anymore. So, industrial food confusion in a Babylon. Caroline Brad, professor clinical psychology at the University Ghent, says 20-year long they worked with children with obesitas. In the beginning, she said, I need to explain which food is healthy and which food is not. Today, people don't know anymore, but people actually do know it very good. Everybody cans the food triangle. The problem sits somewhere else. In between your food knowledge and your daily life. Gudrun Sprusser, professor health psychology. Wow, health psychology. Wow, and these people need to help you people. My God, my God, my God. Food is simple. What you can get out of nature in a whole state without processing. So what hangs at the tree, you can take it, it attracts you by the beautiful color, it doesn't mislead you like the dietists and professors do. The color is beautiful and these colors attract your eyes. And if you bite in that, the watery, sweet taste is unprocessed. It's the whole state, and that is food. If people need to process it in a factory, that's not a food, people. If people need to grow it in monoculture, it's not a food, people. If people need to tell you what is food, it's not food. Why do people not believe me? Because I am not a professor. I am not a clinical psychology professor. I am not a professor health psychology at the university, and I don't have that huge title, and that is why people don't believe in a master student of a naturopath for 10 years. We have to talk about food. At the French fry shop, I always order a salad because I need to eat something healthy. No, you don't need to eat potatoes that have no chlorophyll, potatoes that are nightshade, potatoes that deplete the soils, that dry out the environment, potatoes that are a starch. Human cannot eat starch in a raw state, it becomes acid in the body. So Why are we so confused? Because the lack of education of dietists, the lack of education of these professors, they have the title professor, but they lack food education because nobody gets more than 4 hours in 4 years. And that's nothing. That is nothing, people. So here, the authority campaigns about health and shops full of diet books, and the obesity was never so big as now. It's like alcohol and tobacco. It's needed for the authorities to take over, to teach the people. On world scale, all the monoculture foods are destroying our planet. They are destroying our planet. And they cause deserts forming by deforestation. We cannot control the unhealthy foods, they say. Well, of course, because the toxins of the unhealthy foods go to the brain. And if you never do water fasting to clean out the system, or juice fasting, then all these toxins stay in the brain. And they let you crave more of that food, and that food becomes addictive finally. So you need to wash out internally, clean out internally your body. Like in the medical world, they don't go to the root cause of the disease. In the dietist world, they don't go to the root cause of the food addictions. So you need to address always the root cause. They talk about BMI, how higher the BMI, how bigger the wish to do something about obesity. The Belgians seem not to care about their overweight. Well, if they don't care, then the medical, social paying when people get in a hospital should not exist. If they don't care about their health, well, then they don't need to get paid if they end in the hospital or at the doctor's room. So people here in Belgium pay monthly for health assurance, but if people don't care, sorry, why do they pay then these people? So they say all the time, we need to talk, but if you have done only 4 hours of food education in your university or your schooling, what do you know then for food? You want to teach people and you don't know by yourself what natural food is. Confusion in a Babylon. Babylon foods, animal foods, they cause hate. If hate would be a lie, then tell me, why is there so much aggression? Why is there so much war? Why is there so much investing in weapons? That is because people get over the fear, the stress when animals get killed. And that is causing the hate. If you have no hate, you cannot kill another person. If you have no hate, you cannot harm another person. Logic.